Hi, I'm Mary, a librarian and book reviewer with a focus on stories written for kids, tweens, and teens. Today I get to share with you this book called Winter is the Worst by Dan Tavis. This is the story of Penguin. Penguin does not like winter. It is a time of year when his feet are always cold and he has to wear a lot of clothing in order to go outside, and his plants don't grow. He doesn't like snowball fights or pretty much anything about winter, except for one. There's one thing that Penguin does really like, and it almost makes everything else worthwhile. This funny picture book is especially well designed for preschool aged readers, and it works well in a read aloud setting. There's not a lot of text in the book, and the characters are interesting because they're juxtaposed. You have the penguin, who is traditionally associated with winter weather, who doesn't particularly like winter, and that adds some humor to the story as well. So as you're going through the book, you notice that there are not a whole lot of words, a lot of onomatopoeia, and the text is often presented in various fonts. So that helps young readers to better associate with those letters and understand how those words are going in. And also, there is a lot of room for interpretation with the illustrations. So as readers are getting to know the story, they'll be able to narrate a little bit what's going on outside of the actual text itself. And because all of the animals are anthropomorphic in nature, they're easier to empathize with for young readers. They'll better understand the feelings, and a lot of readers may also empathize with Penguin about not particularly enjoying winter. But it's a fun story to explore some of the positive things that might be hard to see at times when it comes to the chilly winter days. And it helps remind readers that there can be joy to be found even when the majority of things are not to their liking. So definitely good for the preschool aged readers because there's a lot of storytelling, there's some emotions going on, there's a lot of narrative humor, so really good for building all of those skills in preschool aged readers. And this particular book is good for reading aloud because it has a lot of movement, not only in the illustrations but also in how you hold the book. The end papers are equally well decorated, so for readers who are interested in all of those elements, they really come together well in this story. If this sounds like a great fit for you or for someone you know, I hope you look for it wherever you get your books.